Hello YouTube, welcome back to my workshop. Project I'm going to do for you this week is, I showed this in one of my videos. I was talking about colouring, and I made this, and that looks almost like a piece of ceramic. It is, as you can see from the bottom, it is made of wood. I showed it on the channel and I had a lot of interest in it. A lot of people asked me how I made it, so I thought I'd just do a short demonstration. I've already turned up, I think there's a piece of cherry. There was a big crack running through there and I just roughed it away. I've got rid of the crack. It's not particularly big, it's smaller than that, but it's just for demonstration, just to show you how I put the paint on. I think it's still quite a nice size. It'll still be quite a nice piece when it's finished. So if you're interested in that, stay watching. I'll show you how I do it. As I said, that is a piece of cherry, and what I'm going to do now, I'm going to sand it out, sand it down, hollow it out, because I intend to do the inside and the outside at the same time. So it's a sand and hollowing. I've sanded that down to 240. That's giving me quite a nice finish on there. Quite a nice smooth finish. Taking all the lines out. I don't want to go much more than 240 because I find if you go much further than that, it tends to almost burnish the wood. And what we want is for the dye to actually soak into the wood. And that's for the same reason I'm not putting any sand and sealer on there. If you put sand and sealer on, as the name implies, it seals the wood, and then the dye will just sit on top of that, whereas I want the dye to actually soak right into the wood. So now I'm just going to very quickly hollow that out. I'll move you around so you've got a better look. I am going to just put a drill down through the middle of there, just to make it easier for myself. cherry is very hard wood, and those shavings are coming off quite hot, which would indicate that my tool is quite blunt. So I'm going to give that a quick sharpen. Right, so that's my cherry bowl. It's hollowed, sanded to about 240, 320, something like that. And then the first thing I'll do is apply my dye. I've talked about these before. These are Libron that I bought. There you go. Libron, they're water-based dyes. You buy a set of 10. I did that last time. Set of 8. They're concentrated. They do go a long, long way. So all you need is a tiny little bit. So we're going to start off with white. So as I said, I'm starting with the white. I'm putting that on. I'll probably give this 2, maybe 3 coats, because I want the complete coverage, as the white at the bottom is what gives you the basis to make it look like the ceramic. It gives you that very china look on the bottom. The very good thing about mixing up these concentrates, you can make them as thick or as thin as you want. So if you just want a thin washy coat to go on, obviously you put more water in there. But because I want that to be really thick, I'm using this quite concentrated, because I want it to cover as much of the wood as possible. The other thing I would say to you, when you're using these water-based colours, if you put them on with a paper towel, use a good quality paper towel. Some of the cheaper ones, they tend to dissolve when they're wet, and you're going to end up leaving little pieces of paper all over your piece that you're turning. So get a good quality paper towel. You could even use a cloth, I suppose, or maybe even a brush and put it on. I just find paper towels easier. Use them, chuck them away. So just keep putting on, keep building the coats up until it's really nice thick coat. So I've gone all the way around the outside. I've built up the coats. It's quite a warm day today, and there's a good thing about these water-based paints, they do dry very quickly. I'll say it's quite a warm day today, and the water has dried. It soaks into the wood as well. So now I finish the outside. I can't see any wood through, no wood grain or anything like that. So I know that I've got plenty of paint on there, plenty of dye on there. And now I'm just doing the inside now. So it was that same process. Keep going round, keep building up the layers until you've covered all the wood. So what I'm doing now is I'm just mixing up some blue. The blue in the pot is a very dark blue, almost like a cobalt blue. So I've just mixed some of the white in with it just to lighten that up. What I've done now is I've folded a piece of tissue off so I get like a line almost. And this is, I just go around, I just dab this on. And really what you want to do is work your way around the top first. You don't want too much dye on the cloth because you're just looking to give very faint, and further down the pot you go, the fainter you want the line. So you want quite a thick band around the top, and then just fine lines. It's almost like that blue from the top is just dribbling down the side of the pot. That's the effect that you're looking for. So you want to just work your way around the top, building up the colour, as I say, around the rim, and then just gently dabbing it down the edge of the pot. So just keep on working your way around, building up the colour until you get to what pleases you, really. So once you've finished the outside and you felt that you've got enough colour on there, or depth of colour on there, then you start working on the inside. You'll find the inside is a lot harder to do because the internal curvature of the cup, especially this one's quite small, you struggle to get fine lines inside. So it's not going to look exactly the same as the outside, but you can still make a nice job of it. So it's the same thing, just keep dabbing away at the inside, just building up colour, just making sure all the rim's covered here, and just keep on working around on the inside until you get the same effect. Next I've mixed up some of the dark blue, the cobalt blue. I just need a tiny little piece of this, but I did concentrate and make quite a strong, thick colour. I want it very dark to cover it, and this is just to go around on the rim. What I've done is I've started the lathe on very slow, it's probably about 300 revs a minute, I think. And I'm just very gently touching this onto the rim, just to give me that black outline. And what I did do is I just very gently moved the tissue over, which just carried that line over very slightly onto the outside of the rim, and then I did exactly the same on the inside, just very slightly, just to accentuate that dark blue colour around the rim. So there we go, that's all finished. I'll just quickly give that a coat of sand and sealer. That'll help to blend all those colours in. You see them coming off on the cloth. So I'm quite happy with that. On with the wax. A bit of cloth. Well, there you go, YouTube world, all done. I'm all fed up with that long hair. My daughter gave me a grade 4 all over. So thank you for that, Emily. Although it does look a bit severe in there, but it'll grow back. Just what colour it grows back, I'm worried about. So that was the original one that I did. I say, I really should have put on gloves. And that's a little beaker I made to go with it. Quite a simple little project, fun to do. Although when they find out that I've been putting dyes on cherry, I'll probably get drummed at the woodturner's magic circle for that, or whatever their equivalent is. Funny. Well, here we go, YouTubers. Only took me about an hour and a half, something like that. I didn't see what time I actually come down. I know it's not a very long project. And as I said once before, I've been Steve Howe, and I wouldn't say that's been a great day in the workshop, but it has been a very pleasant couple of hours. So thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.